Let's dig into the attributes of the micro-moment triangle. The first is constructive responding, and it comes in large part from the research of Shelley Gable out at UCLA. This is the grid of possible types of responses to any situation. Remember, what matters when you respond is a combination of the words you say, your tone of voice, and your body language. Let me show you what I mean with an example from the classroom. Albert just got the right answer. What do you say? Active constructive. Albert, that's right on the money. It's great how you remember to carry the number. Keep it up. Passive constructive. Good. Passive destructive. Any other answers? And active destructive. Albert, I'm surprised you actually did your work for once. Now let's switch it up a little. Albert, get the wrong answer to a question. Active constructive. Albert, it's great to see how much effort you're putting in here. I see that you carried the number in the tens place. Remember to do that every time you need to do it. Let's try again. Passive constructive. Albert, let's give it another shot. Passive destructive. Let's move on. Active destructive. Albert, that's not even close. Come on, try harder. Again, please don't limit your thinking to just the words you say. We all know the incredible power of body language and nonverbals, and our tone of voice. Things like smiles, handshakes, high fives, stuff like that, and positive versus negative tones. In fact, probably the single biggest thing we could do right now to increase positivity in our classrooms and in our interactions with our kids is to genuinely smile more often. As an aside, this reminds me of the worst piece of advice that new teachers get. The whole not to smile to Christmas thing. It guarantees that there's this artificial distance between the teacher and the students. So when should teachers be mindful of how we're responding? All the time? Kind of basically, yes, especially when given feedback. Here's why. David Yeager from the University of Texas at Austin has studied teacher-to-student responses. He's found that critical feedback, and I want to quote here, that emphasized the teacher's high standards and belief that the student was capable of meeting those standards has resulted in greater academic engagement and higher quality of work. You can give a student critical feedback while simultaneously being active and constructive. In fact, this will encourage our students to accept our feedback. That's a great segue to talking about growth mindset, which we'll do next.